Welcome to a very special edition of Backstage 30. This is the inaugural Interstellar Rodeo founded by Six Shooter Records. They are bringing artists from across the country and the United States. They are performing live here at the Forks. It is going to be an event that Winnipeg has not seen. So on Backstage 30, sit back and enjoy some of the new artists that you'll meet and some of the beautiful sights and sounds of this festival. Right now on stage, it is Tanya Tagak. Interstellar Rodeo with the man himself, Hawksley Workman. Hawksley, well, we can't pin you into any kind of genre music. The last time we spoke, you had a little surprise birthday party for a big fan of yours.
Well, I mean, if it's your birthday, it's very important that we single you out and celebrate you to the point of near embarrassment.
Well, you're always so much fun, but okay, we'll try to be serious now. For the last little while, we've known you as a drummer for the Mounties, a super group, and now you have a solo album. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Old Cheetah, where'd you get the name from?
Well, I love words, and so I had Old Cheetah on my phone for a while. I was like, okay, Old Cheetah's got to be something, you know? And then it just felt appropriate. Like, we were in the middle of making the record, not even like at the beginning, and it was like, we just started gravitating toward it. I remember in sort of inviting the idea of Old Cheetah. The thing is that, look, it's the entertainment business, and it's like in the last 10 or 20 years, it's become so myopic in its focus on youth, you know, and young people. And like, no one on TV singing in a rock video is older than 20 years old anymore, you know what I mean? And because who could believe that somebody older than 20 could say anything that is marketable to the youth, you know?
But you might.
Maybe, but the thing is that we all know what a young cheetah does. It goes and kills stuff, you know what I mean? It's very predictable. It's very like, other than the fact that they're glorious and beautiful and lithe and they're virile and all that stuff, the thing is that I think older cheetahs maybe are the way to go. Like, I think they settle better. They have a better observational sense, and I think they're better lovers.
Okay, so now, old cougar classified as any woman in her 40s. What age group does Old Cheetah hit?
Well, I'm 40, so maybe that's what it is. Like, I think an old cheetah is like, if you've been cheating around for a while, maybe you hit 40 and then, I don't know, because the thing is that we grew up, I loved cheetahs as a kid, just like you sort of love kangaroos as a kid. I love panthers as well, and like, you never think of them as getting older. I think it's the other thing too. We're a secular society, so we don't sit in our church pews alongside older generations. You know, we've lost touch with generations mingling with intergenerationally. You know, I think it's terrible. I think there's certain things about this youth-obsessed culture we should put in reverse.
Wow.
You know what you think?
Yeah, I think so.
It's tiring. It's like, oh, great. So, I mean, what does this person really have to say to me? Like, what, you know, if I was to listen to their song, is that song, what is it? Are we gleaning life material from it, do you think?
I don't know. I think people are going to be sipping your wine, listening to your music
wine.
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very
wine.
Complex wine that they're serving. It's a red, yes,
Is it
and
complex?
it's all about you. Yes,
Oh no!
Yes, I said
I'm not that complex.
That is a Hawksley Workman wine.
What is it that they're serving?
It's a red blend.
Oh, is it?
Yes, and it's got some weird people on it. So I said, wow, that's really Hawksley. But before we wrap things up, I wanted to talk about the one-man cabaret
the play,
show.
The
play. That's so cool.
I think I'm coming here.
Really?
I don't think it's on the books yet, but I know there's been some talk of bringing The God That Comes to Winnipeg, which I hope that happens.
Wow.
Yeah, so this play, The God of Wine
Yeah.
and Sex, is called Bacchus, and I wrote this play with my buddy Christian Barry from 2B Theatre in Halifax. And we've been touring it all over the world for the last few years, and it has been crazy, and it's a magnificent thing. Like, it changed my life in a way. Making it changed it, and then like being this theater guy and touring and doing that and being in that community has been really interesting. Theater's it's a fascinating place. No one in rock and roll, people still think you can get rich. Note to the kids at home who are really, really awake, you can't get rich in this business. But in theater, you definitely can't get rich. So that's really cool because it means nobody is there under false pretense. Everybody's in theater because they love it. Right?
Yes, yes.
So like there's a really interesting vibe. It's, no one there is like, you know, if I just come up with a big theater hit, I'll get rich, because
it's never gonna happen. No. Well, we're so happy to have you here at
You're
Interstellar.
kind. Thank you.
Oh no, and go rock it tonight. I'm gonna have some of your wine.
Thank you.
Hawksley.
Don't be a stranger to the danger that is kissing you. Don't be a stranger to the danger that's kissing you.
Interstellar Rodeo, a very chilled, delicious Pinot Noir. And who do we pair it with? The one and only, the incomparable Amelia Curran. Welcome back to Winnipeg, Amelia.
Thank you. This is great.
Well, you kicked off day 2, and I mean, I think we're so excited because we have never experienced a festival like this. I mean, the vibe is relaxed, the performers are relaxed, and it's like, you know, we're being invited into almost like a private concert.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, there's a lot of family here. I mean, like, between Six Shooter Records and the Interstellar Rodeo crowd, there's a lot of family vibe going on. So we're really, you know, we all live in different towns and we're all on the road all the time, so we don't actually get to see each other very much. So it's kind of a, you know, it's a bit selfish maybe, but it's kind of a reunion for a lot of the musicians here, so it's great.
Yeah, so and I want to talk a little bit about the relationship that you have with Six Shooter. You know, you joined up with them and you are still with them and supporting them. What is it about Six Shooter that...
I think it's the, well, I often say there is a family thing going on with Six Shooter, and that's pretty special. And you know, it's this really large Godzilla of an industry, and here we have this family that's run by very few people, that's run by women, which is really nice as a woman in the industry to work for a company that's run by women. That's I don't mean to make that a thing, but it is important. It's the little things you can get where people have got your back, you know. And in Six Shooter, it's just I'm safe. It's really great. It's a good home for me.
Yeah. And I mean, songwriting. I mean, you're noted for your songwriting and been praised. But now, when you kind of, you know, add the music to Amelia, I mean, is it sometimes, does the melody come to your brain first and then the words, or is it always an experience first?
I think they're always paired together, like a fine wine and a singer-songwriter. The lyrics and the melody and the you know the notes. It's they tend to come together, and then there's just this insular argument sometimes for years about where it's going to land, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a funny process. It's a great craft. I love doing it. I try and not analyze it too much. I don't want to take the mystery out of it.
No, and that is the important part, because I think the spontaneity of your music makes it so special. Congratulations on the new album that you got running out. And I want to add to, you did a PSA for mental health awareness.
Yep.
So is the connection there is something important to you?
It's very important to me. It's important to everybody, and it certainly should be. What we're dealing with across the world really is a human rights issue, and so what we started as a very small seed in St. John's, Newfoundland. This fall we're taking across the country. We're starting in Iqaluit on September 7th, and we're doing cross-country community talks, and you know, us with a camera learning from the communities that are there, that are getting it right, within this broken system and trying to inspire, everyone in this country to try and get it right from the community perspective.
Right.
So we think, the people can handle this one. So we're going to try and figure out how.
Awesome. Well, you know what? If you can speak through your music, it'll make everybody happy. We're so happy to have you back, Amelia.
Thank you.
Yeah. Amelia Curran, right here at the Interstellar Rodeo.
Thanks, everybody.
Well, we've got Elliott here to rock Interstellar Rodeo. I met you guys at the Jazz Fest, then the Folk Fest, and I think my favorite memory is one of you guys playing the drums on a suitcase, Mark.
Yeah. Well, that's the guy who's not here, Steve, our drummer. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Sadly, we've moved on from that. We broke too many suitcases, and you just can't find them on the road anymore.
Well, I know that when I met up with you guys at Folk Fest, you signed on with Paper Bag Records, and that was a big story, a big thing for you, right, Casey?
Yeah, it was a decision we made at the time, and I mean, we're still great friends with the six-shooter people here. They're pretty much instrumental in getting us where we are now, but we've traveled a lot over the last 12 years and migrated different ways, but it always feels like coming home with the six-shooter girls. They treat us like family every time, so it's, we love it. We love them.
Yeah, and so this Interstellar Rodeo, you're no stranger to it. You were in the Edmonton one. It's crazy. It's the first time for us here.
You know what? We were at the Edmonton one last time, and it had a bit of rain, so hopefully it'll hold off.
Oh, you guys, what is this?
I don't know. It's weather.
Yeah, Winnipeg does not worry about weather. We played the Festival du Voyageur, and it was minus 43 or 4, so This is like, I know you guys don't care, but the weather's not going to stop you guys here, I don't think.
Weather is not going to stop you. I know.
No,
well, let's talk about the new record. Congratulations, Working Love. So how is this the same, the different for Elliott Brood?
The same is that we're on the road in different new record, but it's going great. It's like, we're playing festivals, doing what we kind of do.
The difference is, I guess, in the press, it's been it's a kind of our own stories rather than made up, stories. On all of our other records, they're basically based on a historical event. Not made up, but, based on, more in the world of the band. Well, no, it's good. Our stories are pretty graphic, so it's, we've had some rough times. But it is based more on our own personal stories than, say, other things. And most of all of our other records are based on stories we've read or movies we've seen, and it goes from there. This one is based on our own lives, I guess, a little bit more anyways.
Was that then kind of hard to write about then? Because you're writing about personal experiences and sharing them with everybody else?
It is kind of difficult because you don't want to give away too much of what you're talking about or who you're talking about and stuff like that. So, yeah, from that perspective, but I mean, hopefully we've grown as writers and we can kind of pull that off now. Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah, when you're writing songs about lost love and all that stuff, you try not to be too cliched, but to have enough cliche, you want to be right in there. I don't know. I thought we did. We like the record. We like how it ended up. So hopefully other people like it. Yeah.
And I'm sure we're gonna love it. So Elliott Brood always likes to be right in there. So they're right in here at the Interstellar Rodeo. Buckle is playing in the background. We're backstage here at Interstellar Rodeo, and I've got the youngest performer here at this festival, Colter Wall. And it's an hour or so before you go up, but Colter, I don't think they're going to go away. They want to come and hear you.
Well, I hope they don't. It seems to be a resilient crowd out there, and they're toughing it out through the rain. So I hope they stick around.
Well, you know what? If you kind of think about it, you're kind of opening for Steve Earle and Dwight Yoakam that is going to close tonight. How do you feel about that?
Well, I can remember reading through the schedule about a week ago, and I was just looking through, and I saw it said my name, and then it said Justin Townes Earle, and then it said Steve Earle and the Dukes, and both Justin and Steve have huge influence. Steve Earle specifically is a huge hero of mine. So I was sort of I think I just froze in place when I read that and sort of just stopped for a minute. I never in a million years would have imagined that would be happening to me at 20.
I know. Okay, so you are a bit of a country sensation coming out of Saskatchewan. You got a record, and your sound though is, again, it's old soul. Johnny Cash and all these old greats come to mind.
You're right where as a wicked bird, his wings are black as sin.
I appreciate that. That's, I mean, those guys like Johnny Cash and Hank Williams and a lot of the just old country and folk artists and blues artists, those guys like Steve are all my heroes. So it's anytime I get any sort of comparison is a huge compliment. So thank you, appreciate that.
How did you get into it all?
Well, that's a good question. I'd always sort of been interested in older stuff, even at a pretty young age, like when I was in high school. But I didn't really start to delve into it until I decided that I wanted to write songs. And in sort of making that decision, you just keep going back and discovering more and more of this folk music that goes back, seemingly forever. And I was always been fascinated by that. So.
All right, so you're going to head out on the road. You're going to be doing some touring. What happens next for you?
Well, this is actually kind of the last stop on my summer tour, which has been my first ever tour, which has been incredible. Just did just about all of Canada with the exception of BC. I hope to get some BC dates in somewhere along the way. But after this, I'm actually, come September, I'm going to be in the States doing some touring down there. And then...
Going to Nashville?
I'll be around. I'm doing mostly South Carolina, Georgia dates, but I'll be close. So I might sneak down to Tennessee for a bit. But yeah, and then after that, I'll be back up here to do more Canadian dates and just try to make a living out of it.
Okay, so you're probably going to bump into Steve Earle backstage. What are you going to say to him?
Probably nothing. I'll probably just freeze in place. If I could, I'd like to shake his hand though. So I'll see if I can manage that.
All right. Okay. Promise that you'll shake his hand.
I'll try my best.
All right, Colter Wall, right here at Interstellar Wet Rodeo.
Bye.
Thank you so much.